NFL quarterback Russell Wilson has signed a 1 year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, my squad. And let me tell you, I'm all for it. The Pittsburgh Steelers got Russell Wilson for the veteran minimum because the Denver Broncos are going to be paying him somewhere between 37 38 million. And so the Pittsburgh Steelers basically got Russell Wilson for a bag of nickels, okay, and a cheesesteak sandwich with some Arby's curly fries. All right. Let me tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers are coached by one of the best coaches ever. Okay, Hall of Fame coach Mike Tomlin, and Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record. Even the seasons where we think this is the year, but he somehow finds a way to make it work with the talent that he has at quarterback. Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky. And now he has Russell Wilson. And let me tell you, I got a feeling that Mike Tomlin is definitely going to get the best out of Russell Wilson. Um, it's a perfect fit. I feel like us as a Steeler fan base is welcoming Russell Wilson with open arms. He's talented, but and one thing that Mike Tomlin is going to do is whatever all of the shenanigans that he had going on, Mike Tomlin is going to put that in check. Not in a disrespectful way, but he's just going to make sure that Russell comes in, does what he has to do, and I'm seeing playoffs for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe even an AFC Championship. Russell Wilson ain't no bum, So it was just a bad matching with old boy the coach and well, Sean Payton, So, but anyway, I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see what happens. Steelers Nation, let's ride. Things get out of hand during the SEC championship women's game, where LSU and South Carolina get into a little bit of a scuffle towards the end of the game. Now, let's take a look at what happened. And while you guys are taking a look at what happened, we're going to talk about just the overall situation. Now, obviously, you see a steal there, and Floget gets kind of frustrated. One of the players from South Carolina run over, and she's taunting her, and she pushes her, and then boom, Cardosa comes over, shoves her. But I'm gonna keep it real. It looks like Johnson sprinkled a little cheese on that, and it looks like she went ahead and flopped a little bit. But of course, that flop led to this big old, this kind of things just kind of getting out of hand. And I'm gonna say this. Um, Is this good for women's basketball? I'm going to say hell yes. We always see tempers flare. Well, maybe not always, but when we see tempers flare in the men's game, no one's thinking too much about it. But when tempers flare in the women's game, people are saying, well, we shouldn't see this in women. No, this makes the game very interesting, number one. But number two, it shows the fiery competitive edge from the women, just as how we see it from men. And I'm all for it. The one thing that really stood out at the end of the game was when Kim Mulkey, the LSU coach, says she wished Cardosa would have pushed Angel Reese. Now, I'm sure she's saying like, yo, okay, push Angel Reese like that and let's see what happens. Now, should a coach be saying stuff like that? I don't know, but I'll say this. There was definitely a major difference in um the South Carolina coach's response. She was kind of trying to play things down a little bit and just, but the LSU coach was like, damn, Nat, let that be Angel Reese. There might be a real instant fade on the court. So, but anyway, as somebody who has been um not really following women's college basketball, stuff like this makes, especially going into the NCAA tournament, stuff like this just really raises your level of interest. Even the previous game, where I believe it was Cardosa hit the game winning three that won the game for South Carolina. Their undefeated season was on the line. She hit that shot and it just changed everything. So, kudos to the women's college basketball, because here you have two juggernauts in women's sports, and you can see the competitive edge and the fire really on display. So I see nothing wrong with it. It didn't get too crazy. Now, Flauger's brother jumping on the court, that was something. Like, brother, I get it. Your brotherly instincts kicked in, but your sister is more than capable of handling herself. It wasn't like guys were on the court, tussling. Like, no, like, she's out there on the court. Let her teammates have her back. You sit back and just kind of check things out. But anyway, Saquon Barkley is now one of the New York Giants' arch rivals. He is now the running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. After years of constantly being franchise tagged, Saquon Barkley had made it very clear that he was unhappy with the fact he couldn't get a long-term deal in New York, especially a deal he felt he was worth. But with the way everything has been going, the devaluing of the running back, like we just seen Josh Jacobs, instead of signing with the Raiders, and the new regime they had going on with Antonio Pierce, he decides to go to the Green Bay Packers, of all places. To go from Las Vegas to Green Bay, what a difference, just in weather and location and all that stuff. But Saquon signs a 3-year $36 million deal with the Eagles. Josh Jacobs signed a 4-year, 48, and so it seems that the top running backs are being valued around the 12 to 13 million dollar a year mark, and so it's going to be very interesting to see how things play out for Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles. He's definitely giving them a shot in the arm, and this definitely makes the NFC East even more interesting just going forth. Tiki Barber, okay, well-known former running back for the New York Giants, said that Saquon Barkley is dead to him. He said, "You're dead to us, Saquon." Damn.